Honourable Deputy Speaker, what happened last Thursday might have created a misguided perception that the extent of the state capture is driven by one family. The fact is it's not. The truth is that it has systematically been captured by a number of families in the senior ANC leadership echelon and their friends, led inimitably by Jacob Zuma and abetted by the ANC itself. This was declared unambiguously when the President said that the ANC comes first, and you all nodded. Therefore, it is safe to say that your President, due to his despicable political chicanery, has no one to blame but himself.
Honourable Trollip, please take your seat, sir. What's your point of order, Honourable Member?
Perhaps Honourable Trollip's absence in the House has led him to forget it is His Excellency President Zuma and not Zuma.
Go ahead, Honourable Member. It's the President. He's right.
Yes, Ian Dikuta's Alondo, because it shows that change does happen. Since I left this House, some members have been convicted and converted. Therefore, it is safe to say to your President that due to his despicable political chicanery, he has no one to blame but himself for having to present his State of the Nation address from an unprecedented barbed wire and steel barricade. Lichazo elo. The fact that your address did not live up to the nation's expectations was best described by Aubrey Machiki, who said, and I quote, "You have not convinced the poor and jobless that anything will be better," close quote. You will know this in August, Honourable President, when the elections will toll the end of your presidency. You ironically declared that some people don't understand politics and that they move with the wind, being blown this way and that. Die beskrywing is toepaslik vir u, want dit is u wat heen en weer gewaai word deur die politieke winde soos 'n rolbos in die woestyn. What you and your government have come to represent is like the long parliament of Oliver Cromwell had become when he put them to bed. And he said, and I quote, "It is high time to put an end to your sitting in this place, where you have dishonored by the contempt of all your virtue and defiled by your practices of every vice. You are the enemies of all good governance," close quote. He went on to tell them and remind them, and I quote, "You are deputed here by the people to get their grievances redressed," close quote. You, sir, like them, have not redressed the people's grievances. You have compounded them, and worse, you laugh about it. To add insult to this neglect, you and your party have spawned a form of despicable and vitriolic racial fascism that has been fermenting in the ANC during your term of office, that is now sweeping across this country like a toxic red tide. Abazukulwane benu, kabazukulwane benu aba. You should be ashamed of undoing President Mandela's example and legacy in this fashion. Your unabashed performance here last week, where you addressed us without so much as a hint of an apology for your premeditated deceit, was a disgrace. Yes, can you believe that? Can you believe that you can come here and present that without even as much as an apology? In this regard, I brought a handkerchief for your footman. Dipatele elichefu, dipatele umphathisi uNhleko, akwazi ukuthi when Minister Nhleko has to tell the nation that what he described as a fire pool is in actual fact what we all knew it was, a swimming pool, he's going to need this handkerchief. Nabanye bazawufuneka bafumana amachefu. The other people that need to get a handkerchief are the Honourable Nxesi, the Honourable Sizane, the Honourable Mochecha, and the Honourable Frolic, and in fact the rest of the ad hoc committee. They all need a handkerchief to wipe the egg off their faces. Gaume, mandicebise manonke manitengana machefu, nikwazi usulukande ebusweni benu. Honourable Speaker, the President had the temerity after one long overdue meeting with business leaders, with the private sector, to come here and tell us about business and economics, when he and his tripartite partners malign business so easily at their meetings and rallies that the reason for the parlous state of our economy are the global headwinds of slowed growth and international recession. The President clearly didn't take this newfound economic wisdom into account when he fired Minister Nene and replaced him with his straw man, the now proverbial weekend special. His response that the nation and the markets had overreacted is what makes whatever he said about fiscal discipline and prudence completely incongruent. Mphathiswa, Mongameli, akuthembeki wena ngomcimbi zemali. The President's lack of credibility is sadly not only limited to the realm of economics. Politically, he has left a trail of broken promises and hamstrung administrations in all three spheres of government, especially in the Eastern Cape and Nelson Mandela Bay, where I come from. Despite what the Honourable Maswale said here, I have seen no evidence of the 9-point plan to eradicate poverty and to create jobs. The President's lack of example and leadership has led to factional chaos and management ineptitude at all levels of government. In the Eastern Cape, the shame of blatant state larceny, that is theft, in the name of none other than President Mandela in his fraudulent funeral saga remains unresolved. Your party insiders have also been directly responsible and implicated in the notorious multi-million rand Sienza toilet fraud scandal. Here too, there have been no consequences whatsoever. The President didn't say one word to us about what he expects municipalities to do under the leadership of his newly retreaded minister. Nelson Mandela Bay has an unemployment rate of 36.6% and youth unemployment of 47.3%. Abaphangeli ebhaya abantu. And this city has two major ports, an established motor industry, the Kucha IDZ, the much vaunted Pakisa initiative, and it is a potential tourism mecca. Maybe the Honourable Minister that was here should go and visit Port Elizabeth, and yet the ANC cannot create jobs in Port Elizabeth. Why?
Honourable
Because
Trollip, your time has expired.
it is too busy navel-gazing and squabbling over political patronage.